We are, well, I don't know what we are. Yeah, we are live. How about that? We're live again. That does not mean we're alive, but we're live. All right. I just got to do a few things here to make sure we're running. Yep, we are running and good. All right. We're just basically what the title says. Let's talk about anything type of video today. Kind of live show, just a little bit of talk about a little bit of everything. So we'll just let everybody chime in somewhat and see what goes on here. I don't know how long I want to stay on today, so we'll try to make it as interesting as possible. We'll try to avoid not to talk about the YouTube issues, but if there is something, there is 2 new videos that is out. One by Hogue Law. I have not watched that completely. And Daryl Eves came out with another video, and that's over an hour long. And I got other plans I want to do today, so I'll probably focus on those videos later tonight, and maybe sometime tomorrow go live or tomorrow night. I don't know. I'll probably go live later tonight. I don't know. Just see what happens. See how things goes with those videos and that. So hopefully everybody's chiming in and try to stay on the issues. But there's going to be other stuff I like to talk about too. Not officially, well, I kind of going to be hitting it tonight over on the main channel tonight. We got some news the last few weeks. It was to be rumored, and it sounds like it's pretty well going to be almost not quite confirmed yet. There's lobbying to save some baseball teams that is affecting 3 communities in our area. 42 baseball teams, minor league baseball teams, going to get cut from the Major League developmental program, and 3 of those teams is right in our area, and one is right down the road from where we live, and that we could end up losing developmental baseball altogether. The other towns that is affected is Quad Cities with the Quad City River Bandits. I was surprised that they were on the list, and the Burlington Bees. And what will shock me that's not on the list, that has worse attendance than us, is the Beloit, Wisconsin. They're not even off the list, and they got one of the worst stadiums in the league. Basically, because the locker rooms is out on the concourse where fans, they have to intermingle with the fans. The umpire the same way. Their locker rooms out in the concourse where they can mingle with angry fans either before and after the game. Hey, Adventures of John and Julie, welcome aboard. Hey, they had a nice. John had a nice. Yeah, Beloit has a terrible stadium. We've been up there a couple times, and recently, what I was talking about is Major League Baseball has put up a list of 42 teams that's going to get cut from the developmental program. They want to reduce the size of the minor league system. Basically, what they want to do is between. I think the union. I think they're still negotiating, but it's going to affect our Lumber Kings. Basically, Lumber Kings is on the chopping block. Quad City River Bandits is also on the chopping block, and the Burlington Bees is on the chopping block, and Beloit is not. And they have. And I've been to Beloit Stadium, and it's not a I like the field. I like the field. The stadium part was like almost like a high school type setup. Grandstands. The concourse was okay, but if you're a ball player or an umpire, that is not acceptable because you're out there on the concourse with the regular fans, and you want to separate the players concourse, the players entryway, and you want to keep it separate as much as possible, and which is not easy to do in some of these small minor league parks eventually, because the players will have, even in some of the major league ballparks, players have to walk through some form of concourse just to exit, to either enter or exit a stadium or something like that, just to get to their locker rooms and that. So, but yeah, it's right now they're in negotiations of getting the just some negotiations of trying to save the baseball team. I'll be talking about it on the main channel. Tonight's video was just when we first learned about what they're going to do. That's what tonight's video is going to be about. And also other issues with YouTube too. But when Angie broke out the news, basically that's what we learned last week, that it's going to be the official list of who gets cut. But then negotiations and that. How much money could the city of Clinton lose if we lose developmental baseball? I would say it will hit the economy close to a tune of probably not much, probably just enough to get noticed. Probably around $5 million. It will lose to the local economy because the ball players will rent here in town, will rent apartment buildings. They'll do their shopping here in town. The ones who are staying in town and whatever hangouts they go to before batting practice, after batting practice, wherever they hang out at, like a bowling alley or a movie theater. If someone's old enough, at 21 and older, there's your watering holes, but usually Major Leagues has a tight grip on that area, so they probably don't enjoy that as much. And Clinton's not known to be a party town anyway, because the party bars closed a long while ago, and you have not seen it right now. Most of these bars are not considered nightclubs; they're just mostly bars and grills and just neighborhood bars and that. So really, no true nightclubs that has like a DJ playing loud music all night long, and that usually is a jukebox of some kind in most of these locations anyway. So yeah, I think we got hope that we will keep baseball in town in some form. I'm hoping to be developmental baseball, because I'd like to see the future stars of Major League Baseball developed. We saw plenty of them over my lifetime, in Angie's lifetime. So we've seen plenty that played for us and against us. So you can almost name any player. I'll see if I remember if I ever seen them play through here or not, because my memory could be off a little bit on certain things. But I think that would be it. If there's a key player, let's say if you punch up, let's say a player that hasn't played for a while, you pull up Jose Canseco of the Oakland A's. Have I seen him? Yes, I have seen him play here in town against us. And actually, we won the last Midwest League Championship back in 1991 against Jose Canseco's, at the time, the Madison Muskies, at the time when Madison used to be in the Midwest League. They went to independent baseball for a while, and I think they don't have any form of professional baseball at all, because that's a big college town. So they don't really want any like pro teams in a college community when it's colleges rules the day. That's why you don't see any pro teams. The nearest pro team near Iowa City for baseball is Cedar Rapids, but nothing else for. They got like a junior hockey league, but that's not, I don't know, that was considered like junior hockey league. That's like around high school hockey, I think it is. High school or young college years. I don't know what the Rough Riders are in Cedar Rapids. I'm not familiar with. I heard about them, but I'm not familiar with it, basically. So, yeah. Okay. What else is going on in town? Probably not much. About January 1st, about around January, we'll be swearing in a new mayor, a couple new city council members. This is what we talk about on the main channel. Talk about that we voted for change. Hopefully we will see the change, but we're afraid that we still might end up with the status quo anyway. That's how government usually works, but we'll have to wait and see on that one and that. So, hey, John, if you're watching, I'm going to show you some things that we used to do, how we vlog our videos. and our current equipment. I don't have all the equipment on me right now, but I do have some nearby. I do have this Sony cam. This is our work. This was our workhorse of our YouTube channel. This was given us by Trucker Rudy. Probably he gave this to us on his one visit. He's asked if we can use it. I said, yeah, we can use it. And this has been our workhorse camera for a long, 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 long time. Excuse me here. I kind of swallowed a lot of A&W in a hurry. But so this was this was done about 85% of our videos we did with this camera, basically. Yeah. So this is a nice Sony camera we have here. We was given it recently, this Canon, since you mentioned the Canon. Yep, we got this Canon here, but the problem is, what I like about the Sony cam is I can go, I will do this as a sample. I'll go something like this, no problem. It's just far enough away. But with this Canon camera, because the lens is so big, I have to hold it right, way out. I mean, really stretch out. But then I got to a point that I had to invest into one of these two selfie sticks. I got one over here someplace, but that's for my GoPro. Be back here in a second. Here. We did get invested in one of these, which is good for the Sony, like it. And we try to use it. We use it once in a while for the Canon, but this GoPro, this selfie stick is better for the Canon. I got this through Amazon. It was about around $7, $8, which is not too bad. So, and it works pretty good. So, problem is if you look at my bottom of the camera, the bottom of the key where the screw on is more centered to the camera, and this was more off center. That's why on the recent videos, that's why it looks off center there. I never knew you could use a camcorder with a selfie stick. Yep, it's good to know. All you have to do is find a selfie stick that has this feature to it. It does include the other feature, which for some reason I can't find it right now. I better not lose it because I want to put the GoPro on this once in a while. If not, I don't really need the GoPro to be that far out away from me anyway, but it's for the cell phones. Oh, here's one of my other cameras I use on the videos once in a while. This thing right here. This is the predecessor to the this was Kodak's version of their version of like a GoPro. It's sturdy enough like a GoPro, but it's called a Kodak PlaySport. This is a very good camera at the time for if you want to do some conceal videos. People mistake it as a cell phone, like old cell phones and that. So that would be great. But then when we buckled down, we invested into our GoPro. We just did a recent video last Tuesday, and it's going to be uploaded. It's going to be available this coming Tuesday on the Engine Chuck Show channel for the when we did our shopping, because we used this camera instead in that. So that's a nice camera. It's also a nice camera to have if you want to do some concealed shots. But if you're going to go to any amusement parks with the GoPro, I'm going to let you know right now, Six Flags theme parks got these cameras banned. You cannot take these cameras into any of the Six Flags parks. And it seems like the other amusement parks kind of frown on theirs too. So on their issues with the GoPro, I could have used it, but I didn't really have it for the Adventureland trip. If I would have used the chest harness, I could have used it and film on the rides. But I had to use it. I would have to use literally this camera for most of the rides actions when we did some rides But I did use the Sony on a couple of the chairlift ride and the Ferris wheel. And I think I used the Sony for all the rides. I think I did ones we have shown. Yeah, the ones we shown on the Adventureland video and that. So uh, we're working on a budget right now for a fantastic vacation for next summer. We did talk about it on the main channel. Didn't really talk about it here too much. We are planning on a Cedar Fair Adventures. We're planning to get a Cedar Fair season pass. Yep. I don't do amusement parks, so don't worry. Yeah. All right. Yeah, what I'm planning to do is because I like to go to the amusement parks once in a while. I've always liked to go to the amusement parks for years. Because I think it's just a good way. It's probably better entertainment than going to the casino. And it's probably going to the ballpark be a little bit cheaper, but then you're only going there for about 3 or 4 hours. I can go to an amusement park, let's say, for a good 10 hours if I can find one that's open for 10 hours once in a while, because everybody's reducing their hours, to save on costs. But then they lose ability to make more money at the end of the night, because that's when everybody's playing their games before they go home or do their shopping, last minute shopping and that. So yeah, we're planning to do a Cedar Fair tour. We're going to get a Cedar Fair Platinum Pass that gets us. We're planning to go to Kings Island, Carowinds over in North and South Carolina. It's the only amusement park it's on my bucket list. I can go. It's the only amusement park. It's in 2 states. That's on my bucket list. I want to get it. Then there's King's Dominion. Then after that, we'll go to Dorney Park, just starting to make our way home. And before we hit Cedar Point, we're going to stop at a non-Cedar Fair amusement park called Knoebels. It offers free parking, free admission, and you pay what you want to ride. And the rides are dirt cheap to pay for. It's run by a family. So I want to hit Knoebels why it's got that setup before someone else buys it and changes it all around and make it more of a profitable. It's profitable business for them, or if they wouldn't add a couple new roller coasters recently in the last couple of years. But they're just it's to them. They feel that's the way they run an amusement park. Just free parking, free admission, and pay what they want, or they buy an armband on certain days. And I think we're going in on a day that the armband may or may not be affected, but we'll read up on it as we get close to the trip. And I'm only going to go there for a short amount of time anyway, so I probably won't invest on armband at Knoebels anyway. I'm just going to buy just a few ride tickets and just ride what I want and film. I want to hit, I think, 3 bucket list rides. That's what I want to do. 3 bucket list rides I want to get on, and just say I've done them because I like the setup, the scenery, the history, and all that, and maybe try something to bite to eat there to say I had something there. Then we'll finish out with our Cedar Point, 2 full days at Cedar Point. That's what we're waiting for. We might be going to be meeting up with some subscribers along the way on top of that. Brandon, how you doing? And that. So, yeah, so it sounds like a good plan, but sometimes if you saw my previous Cedar Point adventures on the main channel, some of it don't work out very well because you still got to deal with the weather. The weather is always a factor. I remember on that series of videos, video started out okay when we met up Patrick at Elmhurst at Buffalo Wild Wings. We talked about on your channel somewhat last night. On your live show last night, I kind of talked about a little bit on the side channel. That part of the trip was was okay. Then day two, going from Chicago to Elkhart, Indiana, and into Sandusky. The first part was okay. Light traffic for a Sunday, very light traffic for a Sunday. We breezed through Chicago. Of course, on the video, I breezed it through faster because that was editing on my end, where basically I just fast forwarded everything. So in reality, that was it was like a 5 minute segment to fit that one music I chose. Then I kind of slowed it down to get the one shot I want in that to enjoy that one shot before we went under the series of bridges. I think it was on I-90 going into downtown Chicago. I just want to get that one shot in before of the downtown skyscrapers, Willis Tower or Sears Tower, and all else. Then I just fast forwarded again. So basically, from start to finish, fast forwarding was around 5 minutes. Reality drive time was around 25 minutes. No, maybe around 20 minutes that day. It was very quick drive through. So it was very quick, about 20, 25 minutes. It was a quick drive through uh, to the Chicago Skyway. Why we took the Chicago Skyway that day, I'm still trying to. We thought that was a shortcut. It looks like on paper it's a shortcut, but in reality, it was just overblown detour. I should have went the other way instead. So excuse me for a second here. Yeah, meet one of our subscribers, Ruth Fry. Uh, Unfortunately, she's in a nursing home, but I have no new information on her. What's going on? Yeah, yeah, that Skyway Bridge was something else. Pay a lot of money, lack of maintenance on it, and it's probably owned too, and lack of maintenance in that. So one of these days, someone's going to fall through that bridge, just like the Ambassador Bridge over in Detroit. That's privately owned by some people, and they can't maintain it properly for some reason. it's because they're too busy pocketing the money and less investment on the bridge and that. So when we met up with this is where kind of well, things were still going okay on the trip so far. But like I said, talking about the weather situation. We left. Oh, we got to Maumee, Ohio, with Tim Hortons. But after we left Maumee, Ohio, we started noticing the clouds were getting thicker and thicker and thicker in places. Then you see on our fast forwarding going off the bridge and off the interstate into the bridge how the roadway got wet, and we pointed out what we learned later in that video. That's why I put in that clip the wording says this storm may change some plans. Well, when we came in, we heard on local radio that they had severe weather in the area, but we didn't know what kind it was, and we wasn't sure what. We forgot. We keep forgetting what county Sandusky, the city of Sandusky, was in, because you had Sandusky County was a little bit away. Sometimes the city and the county is not in the same location. Not like here in Clinton. You got Clinton County, and the city of Clinton is in the county too. If you're talking about Des Moines County, well, Des Moines County is down in Burlington, but where's Des Moines? In Polk County. Yeah, so yeah, so we was not going to buy in that the county is in the same location as the city, so we didn't buy into that. So and it's right before we didn't do it that way too. So as we got to the campground, we just noticed some wet roads and all that stuff, and didn't notice anything around the campground and all that stuff. But then that was the day we forgot something at home. We forgot to pick up one of these portable what do you call portable powers for your cell phones and that. So we ran back up to it's something similar to this, where you plug it in, we charge it up, and this holds enough power to recharge your cell phones and cameras for a while. Your little power bank type. Yeah, that's what it kind of is. A little portable power thing. I bought. This is not the original one I bought. The one I bought broke. The thing inside broke, so I couldn't use it no more. So we don't have it no more. But something similar to that. When we got back to Walmart, and they said I was looking for something for portable power, and the salesperson directed me to that, and I was kind of happy that she did. She asked us we were from out of town. He goes, yeah. Because, well, did you know Cedar Point and part of Sandusky got hit with she says a tornado. I said no, never heard anything like that. So after we got our little porta power, we grabbed our dinner. There was a place called Famous Recipe Fried Chicken. Lee's famous recipe fried chicken. We used to have two here in town at one time back in the 80s, but then the management kind of mismanaged it and they both closed. So I kind of miss that fried chicken. So it's honey dip chicken, honey dip fried chicken. I love that type of chicken at the time. And we would, as we just started going closer to the place we normally like to eat that chicken dinner is the lakefront. We like to take it to the lakefront because every time we had that chicken, I always wanted to eat that chicken near some form of a waterfront, like a river or a lakefront. So we just grab our chicken dinners and we headed for the lakefront. I guess it's traditional for me. I guess I'm always familiar. When you have fried chicken, don't eat it there. Don't eat it at the campground. Take it to nearby water site and that. So we went there and we ate our dinner, and we noticed a lot of trees were down. A lot of trees are down. Trees around the park that we sat at was down. A lot of other trees were down before we filmed it. Then we went back to the campground. We closed out our video. We told our viewers we will see you at Cedar Point the next day. We woke up after we ended that video. That's when we got the memo, an email from Cedar Point that they were going to be closed that day. So I go, oh, great. Now we're going to do a video tomorrow. So what we did was we opened up the video the next day. We gave some people some good news and we gave some people some bad news. I said, the bad news is Cedar Point is closed for the day. We cannot go to Cedar Point today because the park is closed. Power's out. They had a fluke tornado or a windstorm. Windstorm was labeled as a severe windstorm. But it might have been a tornado of some kind. But they say power lines were down and there's no power to the park from mainland to the park. There was not enough power to draw, so they closed the park up. And I said the good news was we have leftover Tim Hortons Timbits. That was the good news, and we gave. So we decided what we did was we did a little tour of the storm damage around town, all the down trees, and there was one camera shot I could not do because they had the road closed. But they said they had a square park at Sandusky where almost all the trees was down, and almost like a bomb went off in that area. So, but a lot of down trees everywhere. Then when we finally got noticed when Cedar Point finally opened up the following day, that kind of ruined all our plans that we wanted to do. That makes us had to cancel our meetup with our Facebook friends at the Tilted Kilt in Schaumburg at the time. I had planned for that Wednesday, but we had to go back to the park that Wednesday, and that's where I came up with the idea is that I got to return the car. I got to return the car by Thursday morning by 10 a.m. And we gotta go drive all night. If we do anything lengthy at Cedar Point, we're driving all night long back home. So basically, fast forwarded to Thursday. So when we filmed out to Cedar Point, we saw the down power lines going out to the park. That some of the lines were still down, but they opened the park anyway because they have enough power to run the rides anyway. And a lot of stands were gonna be closed for the day. And there was a lot of stands that was closed for a couple of days anyway because of the power lines being down. So they decided to close what stands they don't really need to be open and just focus on the rides. Just try to have enough power for the rides, which is always good to have enough power for the rides because it's you got to have enough power to run them basically. So they kind of closed down a lot of stands and less popular walkthrough areas and that. So that was good on that end. So they saved them some power in a way. But yeah, they had enough power to run everything that day, so that's why I was open. But that Wednesday, we tore down the we got up, we tried to sleep in a little bit. We got up, tore down the tent, took our showers, head over back to the park. Then after that day for day two, knowing that we're not going to meet up with our Facebook friends and that, so on day two uh we decided to head back home, and we drove all night long. We drove all night long back home. We had a little problem finding. We stopped at Mommy at the Tim Hortons. I made a little comment about that place being open 24 hours, which it wasn't, and we found another one in Toledo. Was about 5 miles. Ends up being 5 miles north of there. So we kind of wasted like 45 minutes trying to find another Tim Hortons. I just needed another. Uh, I just needed a cup of coffee, and I just needed to be a little bit stronger, basically. So I got a little stronger coffee to get me through the rest of the night, because I wasn't for sure. Because usually fast food restaurant coffees, they tend to be on the weak side. Even at that hour, they tend to be on the weak side for some reason. So, so we finally got our Tim Hortons to go home, and we chugged along. We stopped at Elkhart Rest Area, went to the restroom, got back, and we filled up our few tanks in the car. We filled up the car in Gary, Indiana, where I told Angie, we're at the Gary Petrol. Shut up, Chuck. She was trying to sleep, and that we didn't get home till like almost 6:30 in the morning. We left Sandusky, and we had construction zones issues in Sandusky and Ohio too. Ones I didn't film, but the one we did film kind of lengthy was getting out of town, and that was bad. That was bad. It took us almost an hour after the park closed, almost an hour to get out of town. But not knowing, we put it off camera, not knowing that reason it took that long to get home because we stopped at Meyer and picked up some ribs, because they had ribs on sale for $1.99 a pound. I was not going to pass that up, and we had just had enough room in the cooler to store them, to put them on a cooler. So we got them in our cooler, brought them home, and that. So that was one thing we did not mention in our video. So, and that, yep. We drove all night long back home. We didn't get home till about 6:30 in the morning. I had to take a quick power nap. Had to get up, clean out we had to finish cleaning out the car. Had to run a vacuum it, wash it, vacuum it, and got it returned. Just about 5 minutes to spare at our place where we rented the car here in town. So we just made it under the gun. Yeah. Then when I get back home, I just totally passed out for the rest of the day. I just said, Angie, I'm going to edit 1 or 2 videos to make sure we have our videos going up. I just had enough time I just stayed up long enough to edit at least 2 videos, and I crashed. And I didn't edit any videos for a couple of days. And that was the time we were going 2 days behind on our videos, but because we were going to be away from home, we went to 7 days on those videos just to cover for our butts for vacation. But then after vacation, we went back. After our vacation videos were done, we went back to 2 days. And finally, when we took our hiatus, we took a break from YouTube in the month of December of 2018. We took about a month break from YouTube, and I told Angie, when we come back, we're gonna go 7 days because it will be helping. It really helps on the editing. This is why I will explain why we're 7 days. It will help on our editing end. I'm still trying to catch up on my editing right now. That's why when we upload videos, that's why I delay the videos now 7 days. So I saw my catalog. I was down to 2 videos left on my catalog that is edited, uploaded, and this, like they say in TV, in the can. Well, it's edited, uploaded, and it's already scheduled. And I was down to 2 videos left. I said, man, I gotta start editing some videos. Right now, I got I got tonight's video still to get released, and I got 4 more behind it ready to go. So I still got to edit 2 more videos plus plus the one I'm doing tonight. So basically, technically 3 videos. I'm currently working on one right now. So yeah. So ooh, we blurred a little bit. Why did we blur? I don't know. We just blurred. Uh, I have one of these. Uh, it's not a camera on the desktop screen. It's one of those. I can just take off right there and just go, yay! It's one of those type of cameras I can just remove anytime I want. Or if I wanted to, I can just tilt it that way, say, hi, over the sun, and that. So, yeah, and that. So, that was and because, like I said, when you plan anything, you have to be aware of the weather situation when we do these trips. Uh, I did mention a while ago on one of our stories on the main channel. Like I said, I wish we would have had it on YouTube back then. It was our baseball trip of 2010. That was oh man, I wish we would put that thing on YouTube. That was amazing. We went to a lot of baseball games. We went to the St. Louis Cardinals game. We went down to Oklahoma City to try to catch the Oklahoma City Redbirds. Unfortunately, that game got canceled by rain. We did get refunded, but a lady next to us who paid cash didn't get her refund. They offered her another ticket for another game. We paid credit card, and we was from out of town anyway, and there was no way we were going to come back uh, for that trip to make up a game anyway. So they refunded us the money minus the service charge. I can stomach that. I just told them I'll just use service charge because we was inside the stadium anyway. We did what we could for photos, but I wish we had a YouTube video instead. But oh man, I wish we would have had a YouTube channel back then. That would have been fun to do. Then we went down to Dallas Fort Worth. We kind of found a nice Super 8 just north of Dallas that was affordable to us, and we went to Dallas Fort Worth for a couple of days. We toured the Cowboys Stadium, Jerry Jones's suite. We had the VIP tour. Plus, we went to the Texas Rangers game, and after that, we went to Frisco, Texas, for the Frisco Rough Riders game. Then we went down to Houston, and We met up with Angie's cousin down there in down in the Houston area. Uh, then we went to the Houston Astros game where they used to be in the National League. Now they're in the American League, and they're killing it in the American League and that. So there's got to be a good powerhouse in the American League now since they switched leagues. Then we made that long trip from Houston, Texas to Chattanooga, Tennessee. It was scheduled to be a 14-hour drive based on the route that we wanted to take, but it ended up being an 18-hour adventure because we had construction delays and we had a banking issue delay because there was a bank that I wanted to go to. We found out that the office was closed and no office that I wanted to bank at, and I didn't really have enough to withdraw. Uh, I had to do some calculations and see how much money we could withdraw without having a bank fee killing us. Basically, that's what it was sorted down to is that. So that was an issue there, but we had that issue solved. Unfortunate about the whole trip was I had a fractured right arm. My arm was fractured about 1 week prior to that trip. So I had to literally drive one hand the majority of that trip. Because when I had to drive 2 hands, I was going, oh, it hurts. And but then later in the week, as I got used to it. I got used to the pain, so I was able to drive a little bit more two-handed. But it was still hurting. I mean, it was hurting like big time. So I drove most of one hand. That was not fun either. So and that. So yeah, it was not fun at all. So some weird adventures. I wish we would have put it on YouTube. That would have been great. And that. So And I tell you what, John, if you saw my 2017 series of videos, there was a car that my brother let me use for a while, and that's how we got some of that Quad City content more down to Davenport and the Molina and a little bit in Rock Island. Uh, that was that. I forgot the name of that car now. It was a Buick. I know it was a Buick. I forgot what was the model name it was, but my brother Bill let me use that car for a while, and I had the option to buy it, and I was going to pay. He said he's going to let me buy it for junk price. Then all of a sudden, my nephew Michael decided that he wanted the car more, and we end up losing the car. And I should have told Michael, if you plan to sell it and sell it cheap, bring it back. I want it. But yeah, we didn't end up buying it. I couldn't use that car for long trips anyway. The car would have been more suitable for our trips down to Davenport, maybe over. We did take it up to Milwaukee on a Milwaukee road trip. We took it up to Milwaukee. We took it to Chicago. Of course, coming home to Chicago, we took it to Chicago. When we walked around Wrigley Field about a month before the season started, so we can get the World Series wording on the Cubs marquee board, so we were able to get that. And we went to that Wolves game. Just missed out on those lighted bang sticks. Oh, holy cow. But we were delayed all day long. We were delayed with somebody that we shouldn't have been hanging out with because she was kind of sick and weak, and we spent like about 2.5 hours with her, and we were supposed to only spend 30 minutes, like in and out real quick, so we could go have time to do what we want to do, and almost just missed everything we wanted to do. We didn't have a proper dinner. We didn't get our dinner until like after the Wolves game. Oh, we had a little something at the Wolves game, but I didn't want to go too expensive because then I want to eat out there. So yeah, that was a good trip too, and that. So I remember the day when Angie and I hooked up. We used to go to Morton, Minnesota a lot. Not a lot, but almost like once every 3 months, we will go up to Morton, Minnesota. We will go to a casino up there called Jackpot Junction. Oh man, I love that casino up there. That was the only casino of all the casinos that I've been to when I was still going to the casinos. Morton, Minnesota's one was the only one I'm still in the black. I mean, I'm still ahead. I still got the casino beat, and I just love going up there and play a little blackjack up there and win a lot of money. Angie will win a little money playing the slots and all that stuff, and that would have been great to go. That was good fun, but then, like I said, when you lose money at these other casinos in your backyard, you just can't afford to do it no more, and that. So just can't afford to do it no more. Anything else I want to talk about? Right now, I have to go watch a couple videos. I gotta go hang out someplace real quick. So I'll go ahead in this video a little bit. I'll probably do more talking and chatting away on other stuff that we could have done if we had YouTube. Oh, hang on a second here. It's probably Angie. Hello. Hello. Oh, yay. All right. All right. All right. I'll see you at home, okay? You're hungry? What do you want? Okay, I'll make you something, okay? All right, before I go head over to watering hole. Oh, my. Yes, I am. I haven't gone over there yet. I want to hang out over there for a little bit. Well, you don't have to, but I want to. Okay, sounds good. All right. All right. Bye. Okay, that was Angie. I gotta fix her lunch. She's on her way home, so we gotta. Yep, we gotta go. So right now we'll just say come back again. Make sure you hit that notification bell. Please like, share, subscribe. Don't forget that subscribe button and notification bell. Like I said on previous videos, if it still works. All right. So thanks for watching. And we'll catch you guys next time. I gotta work on Angie's lunch. She's on her way home right now.